It was the game of the weekend. It is hard to argue that. Once you got done watching a day of football, which we'll talk about, a day of baseball, which was fascinating, a day of tennis, which was quite staggeringly fun to watch. You sit down, you get ready for a game, and you go into a Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Bills, Ravens grudge match to the death, knowing that someone's going to come out of this with heartbreak. What an amazing thing sports is when you have the situation where it's so binary. If you're neutral, you didn't watch the game, or you don't care, then you're not a football fan. If you're a football fan, you're watching that game. If you have no investment in the outcome, that means you don't play fantasy, you're not betting on the game, you're not a fan of a team that they compete against in their division. However, let's say you're just an NFC person, then maybe you can watch the game and not feel heartbreak if you are a Baltimore Ravens fan. But I don't see it. I don't see the path. When you read about statistics that define the unlikely, it's very much confirmation bias because, yeah, it seems crazy that the Ravens blew a 15-point lead with under 5 minutes to go. It seems crazy. And you think to yourself, I can't believe what I'm watching. This doesn't happen. And you'd be right. It doesn't happen. 2,315 games have been played this century when teams were down by 15 or more points in the final 4 minutes. That means that there were every blowout. If you're up 55-0 with 4 minutes, that counts. If you're up 16-1, that counts. 15 or more points. When you're winning by that and you've got 4 minutes to go, you're going to win the game. Except 3 times. 3 times. The Buffalo Bills are one of 3 teams, 3 games, down 15, win the game, under 4 minutes to go. The new record, it used to be 2 and 2,315. Now it's 3 and 2,315. I'm not saying the Powerball odds are better, but it's damn close. That's not it. What the Bills just did. How about of all the home openers that happen? How many home openers are there per season? Would you guess, Coca? If you had a guess, the number of home opening games played per season. I think you'd have to calculate the number of teams in the NFL, and you'd say, 32 teams, they all get to play at home. In theory, at some point, that would be a home opener. Well, do you know how many times someone in their home opener has overcome a 15-point deficit in the final 4 minutes of the fourth quarter to win their season opener? Guess how many times? 0. I love it. How can you not tip your cap to the greatness that is football when you see the best game of the weekend in advance? It's chosen as the best weekend. It's given the Sunday night time slot purposefully. Now, there was a reason the Chargers Chiefs opened in Brazil. There's obviously the reason Eagles win the Super Bowl. They do the Thursday nighter. I get it all. There's a reason the Lions Packers were in the afternoon CBS slot. Good, fine. The prime time game, that was the one to focus on. When I see a 41-year-old coming up, lining up to make a game-winning field goal kick, I must admit to you, because I'm not ashamed of it, I did not focus on the fact that he had been signed on Thursday and he was an injury replacement. Didn't think anything of it. For those of you playing fantasy, my guess is you knew. I did not. So a replacement kicker, though not during a work stoppage, but for all intents and purposes, a replacement place kicker. Nails the game-winning field goal after watching incredulously Josh Allen have 251 passing yards in the fourth quarter. Never seen that. Watching Derrick Henry unable to get stopped and then fumbling. Football is an amazing sport, and we all watch it for myriad reasons, which we've outlined before. But what I love the violence, I love the skill, I love the beauty. I love the fact that you just don't know what's going to happen, no matter how much predictive behavior exists with pregame shows and odds analysts and everyone telling you, here's my pick of the day, here's my pick of the day, here's what's going to happen. And you just don't know what you're going to see. I have a quick note for Ravens fans, because as you may recall, the odds of a team going to the Super Bowl following a 0-1 start are no different than the odds going to a Super Bowl with a 1-0 start. You will read that only 22% of teams who have been in the Super Bowl started 0-1. I don't care what you read. I can find a stat for anything. Just give me 5 seconds and I'll do confirmation bias faster than you can say, holy crikeys, the Bills just won that game. But if you are a Ravens fan, you have no reason to believe that you are not the best team with the Bills in the entire AFC. And come playoff time, and yes, I'm ignoring the Chiefs. I am. You can't tell me that if you were starting a team today, you would start it with the Chiefs and not the Bills or Ravens. The Bills or Ravens are a better team on both sides of the ball. Notwithstanding that Joey Bosa, the new Buffalo Buff, said, man, we got to work on the fact that we gave up 40 points. Yeah, you do. On the other hand, that's Lamar Jackson. That's the MVP of the league. Sorry, 4869. That's Lamar Jackson, the first team All-Pro of the league. The MVP of the league is the one who threw for 251 yards in the fourth period. It's one game.